Max Holloway's the perfect opponent for Conor McGregor to come back and fight. And I'm not saying that Conor McGregor is going to win, but I think stylistically it's a fight where Conor McGregor, even in a loss, will be able to look good and put on a good performance, and people will be able to say, "Oh yeah, Conor McGregor is back. If only Conor was just that bit more active, he would have won the fight." Conor with a bit more activity can really get back to the top. That's what I feel like the narrative will be in a Conor McGregor loss in this fight. I feel like a Max Holloway style is perfect for that, and I think McGregor is very smart in picking this fight and wanting this to be the fight. And the UFC were as well. Let's be honest here. I think the Michael Chandler fight stylistically is better than this for Conor because, let's be real, stylistically, Chandler's absolutely perfect for Conor McGregor. I think Holloway's perfect for Conor McGregor in terms of it's going to be a good fight. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a good fight, and it's a style which is winnable for Conor McGregor. I look at the Chandler fight and think, even with Chandler's activity, Conor still should come back and knock him out. But with Holloway, it's a stylistic fight where, yes, Conor's beaten before. It was years ago now. It was a great fight that they had. This, again, stylistically, over 5 rounds, I feel like will be a very good fight, however long it lasts. And yeah, look, realistically, Holloway should win the fight. Yes, but it's one which Conor can look good in, and there'll be at places for Conor McGregor to go after this fight, no matter what happens. I feel like that's the style for it. Look, we look at Max Holloway, and he's a guy who likes to take the center, likes to throw combinations, likes long exchanges as well, and that's something which McGregor has proven to like, and that's what you know he likes in fights. That's what he's good at in fights. As well, he is good at exchanging with you, and he's a good explosive guy. And we look at Conor McGregor as well, and Conor McGregor loves counter punching. He thrives when opponents step into range, when opponents throw volume, and when opponents leave openings. And I feel like Holloway's style can naturally, create those moments on the feet. And that's what he wants. And talking of being on the feet as well, this is going to be a striking contest. This fight isn't going to the ground. It's not. They might tie up in the clinch here and there. They might tie up against the cage. But other than that, it's not going to the ground at any point, and that's something which Conor McGregor is also going to like as well. I feel like Holloway's gonna be throwing a lot of straight punches here, and I feel like Conor's possibly going to be able to find those openings over the top. So, again, I think that's interesting, and that is why it is a good stylistic fight for Conor McGregor to come back to. Because, I mean, I look at the Poirier fight that, obviously he had the Cerrone fight, but we can't really count that, whatever. But, we look at the Poirier fight, the first one, and it's like, for Conor McGregor really coming back after the Khabib fight, it was like, okay, um, we looked at that and thought, yeah, Dustin's got a decent style where, we can have a good fight with Conor, but Dustin Poirier had advantages over Conor McGregor, which I think stylistically Max Holloway doesn't. So that's something as well. And again, this is another, Southpaw versus Orthodox fight, and this is where, yeah, McGregor has the advantage. McGregor's straight left, we know. McGregor's counter left, his pull counters, his timing. Is it going to be the same as what it was? Because let's be honest, one of the best things about Conor McGregor's game, if not the best thing about his game, was always his timing. And against the volume puncher, timing can be output a lot of the time. That's what Conor McGregor's proved, and that's how Conor McGregor can get his finishes. So again, that's something which I think stylistically does play into Conor McGregor's game. And I think people do question Holloway's defense. Does Holloway get hit too much? Yeah, but he's got an incredible chin. But this being at a welterweight definitely puts it in Conor McGregor's favour. How can Max Holloway take a shot at welterweight? His chin was recently cracked by Ilia Topuria at featherweight. Everyone slows down at some point, and Holloway's still definitely on top. He's still an elite fighter and definitely isn't on his downfall. I don't think he's in his prime, but I don't think he's way off what he was. But again, this fight being at welterweight, his chin now being cracked, What happens here? That's something that plays into McGregor's favour because we would have looked at it previous before Taporia KO'd Max, and again I feel like there were signs there when Max fought Gaethje, but now we look at it, it's like, how's Holloway's shin gonna hold up at welterweight? Because I feel like people would have said, oh, it's fine, but there still would have been the question there anyway. But it's being cracked at featherweight. What's it gonna do at? What's it gonna be like at featherweight, where Conor McGregor is gonna be naturally quite a bit bigger than Max Holloway on the night? Again, that's something as well. But again, I think overall, just star wise, we know because they fought before that there's a storyline there. Both were different fighters. McGregor won. It's a guy who McGregor has already beaten. So does he have that mental edge over him? Yeah, but no. That's something as well. But I think Conor McGregor will massively believe still though. I beat him once, I can beat him again, and that makes all the sense in the world. But then again, it also doesn't make all the sense in the world because Conor hasn't fought in 5 years. So then again, that's it. But obviously there are many advantages that Max has got over Conor. Cardio, pace, you know, that's what he's got over Conor. And I mean, who is a better boxer, Holloway or McGregor? I think that's up for debate. I think that is up for debate. I mean, right now, who's sharper? It's Max Holloway. That's obvious. Max Holloway is obviously going to be the much sharper guy than what Conor McGregor is. So yeah, that's good play factor. And, look, we all know the advantages Holloway's got. And the biggest one's activity. But, again, I'm not saying this as a fight McGregor wins because it's the perfect fight that he can take. But it's the perfect fight for him to come back to because he's going to look good no matter what, in my opinion. But I'm saying, look, if you were to design a comeback opponent stylistically, Max Holloway is probably the perfect guy that Conor would have wanted to be in a good fight, not someone that Conor can just go in and run through. Because Conor clearly didn't want a guy who he could just run through coming back. Otherwise, he wouldn't have picked Max Holloway. But to be in a good fight and for Conor to show possible improvements in this game and show what we know he's good at again 5 years later, then yeah, Max is a perfect opponent for it.